Indonesia is one of the countries in Southeast Asia which is famous because it is the largest maritime country in the world and has many cultures. Why Indonesia has many cultures? Because Indonesia was the center of trade route in the world. Indonesia also has many uniqueness that differentiates its citizens from others. Why? Because Indonesia is an archipelago country that has different cultures from each other. One of them is the mindset and behavior of Indonesian citizens. The development of culture and tradition shapes the mindset and continues to grow today. Not infrequently, the mindset that is owned is not something that has a positive impact and must be changed. If we continue to apply a mindset that has a positive impact, it will also have an impact on the person and nation for the better in the future. Now, I will give an example of the difference between Indonesia and development country. The first, Indonesian people, the standard of success for Indonesian citizens is how much material they get, so that is focused more on the final goal. Why? Because Indonesian people think that people who have a lot of material, the life will be comfortable, but it's not like that. Citizens of development countries do not determine the material as the goal of success, because development countries think that experience is the most important thing. 2. Indonesians often do not dare to take steps in making decisions or convey their aspiration and are afraid to take a risk. Because Indonesian people often think only negative things but do not think positively. You can learn a lot from a failed citizen of development. Countries are known to be courageous and dare to make decisions no matter what the risks are. They keep developing themselves to find solutions to improve their potential, because they think the most important thing is experience. Number 3. Indonesians consider that self-motivation is bad. Self-motivation is always associated with pure selfishness, such as people who say that I am a successful person. That statement used to be considered as arrogancy amongst Indonesia. Meanwhile, development country citizens believe that self-motivation is important because it's not from ourselves. Who else would motivate us? Because of that, our country is quite behind the development countries. Number 4. One of the uniqueness of Indonesian people behavior is when they throw away the trash. Disposing of garbage in this place is something that has been taught since we were kids. But there are still many people who litter, including Indonesian citizens. There are many reasons why they do this. Among them, because it's simpler, there is no trash can nearby, they are lazy, and there are many things. Is that there is really a strict punishment for this violation so that people continue littering. Because Indonesian government is too relaxed in dealing with the waste problem, so that people are free to throw garbage anywhere. Meanwhile, in development country, they understand that littering is dangerous and can be a cause of serious natural disasters such as flood and etc. That is why laws that prohibit littering are strictly enforced with hefty monies to raise awareness of the citizen. It deserves to be Indonesian role model. The last one. The next mindset that must be changed is about queuing. Indonesians are people who lack discipline in queuing like in public place. I don't know why. Maybe Indonesian people are lazy to queuing or something. But meanwhile, in developed country, they realize the importance of queuing, so they get used to be to create order.
So if you've been watching this video like for this far, I know maybe some of you are a bit curious about our Indonesian mindset or what is called patriarchy and why is it such a big problem in Indonesia. So let me explain it to you guys. What about patriarchy and why is it such a big problem in Indonesia and why does we choose this as our mindset or our culture? Because I don't know why, but it's just bad. So first let me explain it to you guys what is patriarchy about. Patriarchy, for a literal meaning, means that this system of society or government which the father or the eldest man is the head of the family. So that was in the literal meaning, right? But I mean, this is patriarchy is used for everything. In Indonesia, everything is about patriarchy, whether it's economic, politics, or even marriage. Patriarchy is used. Naturally, in this patriarchy mindset, every man, every boy, everyone whose gender is male can be anything that they wanted. And they're the breadwinner, they're the top tier. Like, there's no change of girl, of woman, can be a leader, can be even studying. They can't because they're just a secondary gender. There's no equality right here. Basically, in patriarchal mindset, everything is owned by male, and female can't do anything about it because it's just a system, right? But patriarchy sometimes can be toxic for those men. They can be toxic masculinity like that. This inequality of gender brings any bad things. I'm not talking about bullying or something because that can happen without gender too, but it's something more bad than this. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about sexual harassment. Sexual harassment can be done in a lot of things, even in simple things like catcalling. Catcalling is a situation which, you know, a girl, when she walked alone and there is man who called them a name like, hey girl, hey pretty. No, it's not good. It's indicating that men can do anything they want and seeing a woman as an object. So we have talked about catcall, right? So now it's time to talk about rape. You know how is it? You know what is it? Rape is an act where sexual intercourse is forced. So it happened when someone still do it to another person when the person who they done it is not consent to the act, right? Now, since there are so many news about rape, they rape them. Oh my god, that boy rape her. That's a lot of case of rape, right? And maybe some of you think, oh, maybe that the girl is wearing such a revealing clothes, not wearing a modest clothes. No, it's not. It's not the cause of rape. That was one of victim blaming things, but we're gonna talk about it later. Rape actually happened because man needs to check their ego. They need to know that they are the most powerful human being, and they they can dominate over things. So why do they rape? Because they need to make to ensure they need to they need to make sure about their power. And how they do to assert their dominance. Yes, rape. That's how. Because when you rape, I'm not saying that I have done that, but from my research, it is said that rape is you can control anything. You are the one with power there, so that makes you have a power. That you are powerful. That you can dominate things. Rape is you can control anything. You are the one with power there, so that makes you have a power. That you are powerful. That you can dominate things. So that's it. I guess that's enough of explanation. You can googling some things around later if this is not satisfying you. The second one, we're going to talk about victim blaming. As I have mentioned before, victim blaming is when you blame the victim of some tragedy. Mostly victim blaming in Indonesian is rape victim blaming. And it's the truth. It's the hard truth. Victim blaming is not a joke. It's not light. It's not something you can make fun of. Their mental health, you need to be considerate of it. You need to consider all of this. So yeah, the victim got blamed. It's because patriarchy mindset that everything is woman's fault. Okay, like man is the right one. Man can be the one who's wrong. So that's why. So we've moved on to number 3 that we're going to talk about is domestic violence. Domestic violence is happened until now. It's not some stories, just a stories that been going around and still happening. It's not just some stories. It's real. Like maybe in our neighborhood, there's some people who got abused in domestic case. Domestic violence is often happened or usually happened when the wife doesn't obey to her husband. So with the image of wife should be obeying her husband is such a toxic mindset. And maybe you're wondering why does it lead to domestic violence? It's because back at it again, men got the power. They're powerful. They need to check them again and again. That's why they use violence. So those 3 things that we have talked about is just a crumble, just a little bit pieces of why the patriarchy is so bad. And let me tell you about Indonesian law. They have not women's right law, and there is a draft law on sexual violence protection for women, and they just don't accept it. And in this law country, law is the better way to get women's right. I really don't understand why they won't accept it. Because there are so many victims. There are women who doesn't feel safe. Although in Indonesia right now there are some communities that focused on patriarchal matter like women's rights or maybe the right of some groups, some small groups that excommunicated by society like LGBTQ plus and yeah, small groups like that. Basically, those communities like Lawan Patriarchy or Women's March Yogyakarta is targeting onto human rights. Like they focused on human rights, also women's rights. That's why they focused on human rights because men and women should be equal. Because human should be equal. This anti-patriarchy movement has been going on for quite a long time, but sadly, there's still some people that thinks this movement are about some people who don't grade a man. But that's not the truth. The truth is they are fighting for women's rights so that men and women could be equal. I guess this is all I can give to you. Thank you for watching and goodbye.